We have pages on our website for particularly famous quotes. We've actually created a page for each sort of famous quote that we've been asked about that gives the full citation and all the information someone would need to sort of go find the original document. But we actually have more pages that are spurious quotes. So these are quotes that have been attributed to Jefferson, but we have no evidence that he actually wrote them. So each one of those has its own page, and it's growing too. We always find new ones that we need to deal with. So that sort of gives people information about when it first appeared in print, as far as we can tell, how old it is, if it's been attributed to someone else, basically everything we know about this quote and where it came from. There are quotes that just bear no relationship to what Jefferson actually thought about particular topics. And I think it's important that people have an accurate idea of what Jefferson really thought about things, what he really said, because he's constantly being invoked by people, when they're making arguments about, politics and actually all sorts of topics. People will bring up Jefferson, and if they are bringing up a quote that Jefferson actually had nothing to do with, that's promoting an incorrect idea of Jefferson. So we're all about accuracy. We get asked the same question many times usually, so we want to have a record of what was the answer to that question, so we can we don't have to reinvent the wheel. But it's also interesting to sort of see patterns in what people are asking us. He's such a well-known figure, well-known name, that quotes sometimes will become detached from who originally said them, and then they'll sort of float around. They're like an orphan quote, and then they often will sort of glom on to big names because they're just, it's almost like it's waiting to happen, and it's sort of, I think, an instinctive thing for people to do. When they have a quote, they want to be able to say who said it. They may have some uncertainty about it. Someone may suggest, it sounds like Jefferson. And say, great, that's it. And there you have it. There's a spurious quote in the making. Well, one of my favorites is the eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, which is a very, it's one that a lot of people know. And it's very old, and it's got this, really fascinating sort of provenance. We know exactly where it came from, and we can actually see in print how it became attributed to Jefferson over time. But then there are ones that are just really plain strange that, kind of amuse me. There was one about Jefferson, something about, I like nothing better in the summer than to have a spiced pickle from the barrel of Aunt Sally's cellar or something like that. And it's just like, what? That's funny. It doesn't make any sense. So